Hello, Mark. My name's Kim, and I'm the counselor assigned to you by Kreider Center. This is our first meeting, as you know, so could you take a few minutes and tell me what brings you here today and what you're hoping to get out of our meeting?
Really, I have many problems. People have told me that I need to come and see a counselor to discuss some of these things that I'm struggling with. There's a long list of things that I feel, are issues right now in my life. I'm frustrated with things, and I feel depressed many times, and just kind of like my life is a mess right now. So I've decided to come here and thought that maybe you would be able to help me.
I certainly understand that it's important to trust somebody before you bare your heart to them. What counseling does, actually, is give you a sounding board and some tools to work through your own problems. So I do think that counseling is helpful for most people, but for us to make any headway, you're going to have to take that first step and trust at least a little. Is there any issue, a small issue, that you feel comfortable talking about now?
Well, I just feel like something I struggle with would be depression, and within that depression is just frustration. I just feel like there's something wrong with me, and I don't know if it's, connected with like drugs or work or whatever. Nothing major has happened, but I still have these feelings that I don't understand them.
How long have you noticed feeling depressed this time? And is this the first time that you've had an episode of depression? Or is this something you've experienced before in your life?
I guess I don't know. It happens periodically. Every once in a while, it just seems like it kind of hits me, and I feel depressed. And that's why I wanted to come here. So it happens every once in a while.
This might be hard. You might need to take a few minutes to think back. But the times that you've been depressed, have they been during the same time of the year, during the same season or the same month of the year recurring?
It varies, really. I don't know. I don't notice, the depression happening during a specific season of the year. It just seems like periodically it will pop up. I haven't really tracked it to see if it happens during a time of the season specifically.
If it's okay, I'd like to give you some homework for the next time we meet. Those people that you're close to that have been telling you that you need to see a counselor and that you trust enough that they're able to see you're depressed, could you ask them that question if they notice if it's about the same time or during the same months every year? Because that's important. Some kinds of depression are seasonal, and it would be helpful for us to get some information about that. Would you be comfortable doing that?
I might be willing to go and talk with someone, but you're right, it is a trust factor. Maybe there's one individual I can think of that I could go to and discuss and maybe ask them that question, yeah.
fine. I understand. Can you tell me, have you ever tried medication for depression or medication for any other mood disorder?
No, not really. Just I take, regular medicine for pain or for injuries, other things. Nothing directly relating to depression or another mood problem.
When you were first sharing with me, Mark, you mentioned drinking. Is drinking a problem in your life? Also, can you tell me, is it something you've been doing more since you're depressed? Because sometimes people use that as a way to try to medicate themselves.
Maybe I have noticed that when I feel depressed, I do tend to turn to drinking. But not a lot, just regular amounts of alcohol, not in excess. And then I'm able to stop, I don't do it excessively. I'm able to drink some to make myself feel better and then to push it aside.
Would you describe your drinking as a problem in your life now? Is it alienating any of your friends? Have you had any accidents involving alcohol? Do you have people who are important in your life telling you it's an issue? Also, do you feel like you can't go a day without drinking?